My name is Jonathan Gibbs, and welcome to Queer Nerd Power's Activate, building confidence to take on trolls. Okay, so anyway, my name is Jonathan Gibbs, as I said, and I'm a part of the New York City Gay Men's Course, and so are all of these fabulous people here.
What?
I don't think Zach is really trying to get us.
Someone said they want us to sing?
I feel like I heard that question in the audience. You didn't prepare for that. So we're just going to go down, say who you are, just do the intro. We're all family here, so how you doing?
Hi everyone, I'm Joe Lee. You can find me on social media and call me Joe Lee. There's no E in Joe. I'm tenor 1 at New York City Gay Men's Chorus, and I'm a part of our a cappella ensemble, Tone Wall. We just placed 3rd in our first ever competition that's like your real life version of Pitch Perfect, which is pretty awesome. I'm a recording artist and a digital media artist. My content is coming, so look out for that, and I'm super excited to be here.
And your video game credentials?
Oh, my video game credentials, they're all over the place. I play Final Fantasy XIV.
Woo!
I'm on Hyperion, awesome, and my handle is Jovan Crescendo, spelled like French. I did not know that. Yes. Okay. My chocobo name is Forte.
Okay.
Let's get on there.
I'm John Chang. I'm a bass with the chorus. I also am part of the Queer Orchestra as their principal second violinist. I guess in terms of musical credentials, I don't have like any other credentials.
I'm a podcaster.
This weekend I'm debuting my first round of novel at my table. Q160, Tales from the Sixth Summit going on. I guess my video game credentials. Oh, true. I'm a DM. I do like a homebrew system, like Dungeons and Dragons games. 2 of my players are in the audience. I was really into City of Heroes for a long time. Does anybody else play that? That was like really where I got my start. And I'm really into Witcher 3. Oh, and the whole X-Men Legends series is like my favorite thing. What's your favorite X-Men? The first one. It's maybe X-Men Legends 1 is my favorite video game.
Well, that's one. Oh, sorry.
Hello, my name is Zach. I play primarily World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft, and I have a server which is really cool. And I'll tell you guys about that later. But I guess my only video game credential was so when StarCraft 2 came out, I got this glitch.
Is it story time?
Wait. Is it my turn?
Just go for it.
Okay.
That's different than story time.
So, long story short, I found this glitch where I was playing Protoss. Somehow, for some reason or whatever, I became Diamond rank in Season 1 of StarCraft 2, which enabled me to never win a game ever again because I was placed with people who were professionals.
Congratulations.
So anyway, so... Go ahead, Jonathan.
Oh, Zach, what do you do for BuzzFeed?
Just hang out.
Okay, so Zach's not giving himself enough credit. If you've seen the Library is Open podcast, the RuPaul's Drag Race Fruit Camp. That is anime wrong. Yeah, sitting right over there.
We do a podcast on RuPaul's Drag Race, and we're doing a few other podcasts that I'm a part of. But yeah, I've interviewed like a couple people in that scene, and I just eat. There's a lot of food. Work for. Wait, is there anyone who I work with? Okay, if honestly work for a young startup, because they just feed you all day, like the money's just flying right out. Don't put that on mine.
I think it's too late.
I love them
Live?
Oh, all right.
Okay, so I think that we have a good job on the introductions to everybody. That was really fun. I want to talk about how this panel came to be. And I also have a note here on my outlines that says, I'll just read it as it says, full disclosure, we're all capacity, and any opinions displayed for this panel are solely the individuals and not a reflection of the organization. So that's like legality stuff. Oh, I already talked about that, so let's move on to the next one. We did personal interests, that's good. I didn't get to give my video game credentials, so I'm
No one asked for them, John. I want to hear them.
Thank you. Thank you. So I play a game called Smite. It's a MOBA online. It's a MOBA. I guess that means that we can have a multiplayer online battle arena game, something like that. So it's like League of Legends, things like that. Before that was like Halo. And these are areas where if you get on voice chat, which is necessary to communicate with your team to do well, you can get a whole lot of hate. You can get a whole lot of toxicity, and these communities are known for being that way. And I feel like over the years, as I was thinking about doing this panel, I think that we kind of just accepted that this is the way it is online. When you talk about YouTube comments, which I'll talk about personally later, you think, oh, it's just a cesspool of negativity, don't mind it. But when you're a creator and you're experiencing all of that coming, those personal attacks coming to you, you gotta know how to fight back or how to not let that affect you. And so that's what we're going to talk about when we talk about building confidence to take on these people. And some of the people on this panel have more passive ways of dealing with that, and then others, Zach, have more aggressive ways on taking on the trolls. So we're going to look into the whole, library of weapons that we have at our disposal. So we talked about what game. I give myself breathing. It's so good. Get back a little. Let's see. So we had this discussion last week, and it actually lasted 2 hours. This is not a lecture or anything like that. These are just ideas going on. So who wants to just kick off the discussion, Zach or Joe, or Julie or John or Dennis, about continuing, where were we doing that?
Well, I'll open with my first point, the one in which I think that wasn't fighting people. I think that we've all experienced this point in either whether it's online gaming communities, or perhaps you look at a game store, or your friends or family in which you are faced with a point of, I'm sure that online gaming communities violence and letters, right? Is anyone here straight? Any straight people in the house? Okay, all right. Get out. Out of my house. You are welcome here to my head. But I think that we've all experienced a point in which people combat us based on who we are. And for the example that I think that I'm going to be using is online gaming. It's as a lot of us here are a part of. When people are able to hide behind the anonymity online, they do tend to say hurtful things. So I think that this panel overall is going to teach you about how to address it, how to react to it, and not necessarily tell you either fight or you flight, but I think it should give you things in your toolkit to help deal with some of those pressures online. Because we've all been there and we've all had it happen. I think my first point would be find your tribe. There are millions of people just like you online playing games, and if you are playing with people who are toxic, who do not like you for who you are, whether it be your race, creed, color, ethnicity, identity, sexual orientation, gender, putting on your cell phone. Not in this house, Peter. That's my friend Peter. Where was I? Oh, yes. There are a lot of people who hate you for who you are, but there are a lot of people who don't. Find those people, and those are the people you should be gaming with. If you want to be competitive and rise up in ranks, play with whoever toxic players you want to do. But if you just want to have a good time and enjoy yourself and have a cathartic moment in video games, find good people. They're out there.
Okay. I want to piggyback off of your first thing. The first one was that, we know that keyboard warriors. And there's a really good video that I just watched while going to sleep last night that just came out by the YouTube channel Wisecrack that talks about, what is it? The series where he writes the name of the book and then the people die. Death Note, yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
It was like a 20-minute philosophy video, and they were like, Death Note is all about justice, but like from one side, because that series is really good at like showing you that both of these sides, spoiler alerts to any people that watch Death Note, or haven't watched Death Note and might want to watch it, so. Okay, there you go. It's from 2005. So,
What is it about?
it's about a boy who gets this magical or like otherworldly book where he can write names. Does anybody not know what Death Note is about? Raise your hand. Okay, then I'll explain. So he gets this book from like the Shinigami realm or something, and like he has the power to kill people by writing their names in the book. So he takes it upon himself to kill all the criminals in the world, like that are published in. So anyway, like the story deals with like the police and how they try to catch him, and him on the run killing people, thinking that he's doing the right thing for the world. Anyway, long story short, in that video they said that like when people are behind the, I guess like anonymity of the internet. So in Death Note, people were supporting his killing, even though in real life they would never be like, yeah, we should kill all the people that do bad stuff. There's some credit to what you say. The second point I completely forgot because I've gone too far away from
I think it was really good though. It was a good movie.
What I'll start to bring in is that beyond the realm of dealing with online communities, I feel like it's pretty easy to sort of figure out whatever your strategy is for dealing with people online, because you can always meet those people. You can tweak the Facebook algorithm and get those people out of your life, but it's more difficult when you're dealing with real life situations. And sometimes the internet is a really good place to practice those skills that help you interact with the real life trolls. You know what I mean? So in thinking about, like, part of it is knowing what your strengths are, and not everybody's strengths are standing up in front of a crowd of people and declaiming whatever's going on that is unjust. Sometimes your strengths are writing, and so the best way for you to do that is like making a blog or going back and forth with a person and using words, because we know that words do have power. Words can be weaponized. So how do you engage that kind of violence? Because that's what we are talking about. We're talking about the way that language can be weaponized. So how do we arm ourselves to counteract that?
I think that we need to like define like the different levels of, I don't want to use bad words, like, but I have it here on my thing, like different levels of fuckery that you have to deal with regarding like these people. Like, is it a one-on-one interaction? Like, were you invited into an Xbox Live party so that people could say that you have 10,000 stars as a this, but you're garbage because your team wasn't helping you, but I know the truth? Or is it like you uploaded a video and the alt-right got a hold of it, and then they sent all of their users over, and you're getting non-stop message notifications all day? So like, what level?
Didn't that happen to you, John?
That happened to me just last week. But so we need to define like, what do you do? And I can tell you from my own experience from last week, I did a video on HBO doing Confederate, the series, and all that's going to entail. Basically, what if the Civil War was won by the South and there was still slavery? I did my own opinion on that, and then some really famous alt-right person got a hold of it, and then for the last 2 weeks, it's been nonstop messaging. When you find yourself in that kind of situation, if you're a content creator or anything, and I just confirmed this because I went to dinner with Jessica Lee Ramsey the other night, shout out to her, you just ignore it. You have to completely cut yourself off from that. There's no fighting one versus however many. I'm not looking to gather a bunch of people up and send them after the other. I actually did try, but it's just not worth it. But like, John, if you're in like playing Overwatch and someone is just like, oh god, this person is so gay, or like, why are you playing like a bag or something like that? Like, what do you do? Right?
So luckily I haven't had that happen to me too much, but it's just the idea of, so even if you are not the direct target, so I'll give you an example. I actually, a couple weeks ago or something like that, my is Chang, so it's very clear that I'm Asian. One of the people on the other team just, does like the usual Chang Chong stuff. It's like, really, really clean. No, this is not cool. I made it my point out. He just started yelling at me and Cavs doing the same thing. And the fact that none of the people, it's 6-on-6, so there are 10 other people present. No one else is saying anything. It's, water up the duck's back, but still, like, a little bit of support saying, this is really fucked up what you're doing, regardless of whether it's somebody being called out on race, sexual orientation, gender identification. Like, if you see any sort of, negative speech being thrown out, call the person out on it. It does, I feel like I was resilient enough, like, okay, whatever, I'll just constantly snipe this guy. But, a little bit of some, I did. He got. But a little bit of support, and even just like, stop doing this. Like, it does go a long way.
I've experienced the other side of that, where when I was playing City Heroes, this one player I was like teaming with a lot, whatever, and I still don't know, like, it's so weird, but we would like chat at night and sort of become to be aware of being bisexual, and like I talked about that a little bit, and then we were on a team like bigger event, and somebody was starting shit like this, like say what slurs and stuff, and he like didn't even talk about me in particular, but he stepped up and like said something to him. It's like he knew this person, and was just like, hey man, that's fucked up, like whatever, you don't know if he's a red, you don't know what these people are like. I just thought that was really cool. It's like it made me kind of think about like how people might not all react as badly as we were. I think that's incredibly important. Like you see the signs in the room and say something. And if you see something like this going on, just remember that you are, let's say it's for a video game, you are behind a computer screen, and you do have the ability to, without physical harm to yourself, go out there and say, what you're saying right now is wrong. Do not say that. To a person's aid. Because you have to remember that, I'm going to give you guys a secret. White, straight men are let's accept it. Let's accept that. Point one. Point two, here's how you get that. They will use a tactic to divide and conquer. They will separate you into different buckets of like your race, of your gender, and your identity. So if you let them by saying, let's say one straight white man is like, I'm going to use terrible Chang references to Jonathan Chang. If you are sitting there and you are a person of color or you are LGBT, it is your duty to get up and stand up for them. Because if you don't stand up for him, one of these days they're going to come for you. And they'll try to. They always have. So stick together. Don't let them win. And if all else fails, so many games now can be unfortunate. Beat them. I mean, in my opinion, now, okay.
But Zach, I thought that your opinion was even a little more aggressive.
Okay, look. Here's how I handle it, though, and this is not okay. This is not how you should handle it. Do not. Okay. My guide for dealing with online bullying: always be with you. Be better than them, and then you. Okay, I don't approve of this word's usage ever when I'm referring to a person within my community. But I will use a word that starts with an F at a heterosexual male in a heartbeat. I will call him that word so quick, and it is a very bad word, and I don't like saying it, but it just makes me feel good when they're using like gay slurs against me, and then I inevitably beat them, and then I call them gay.
That's interesting.
Don't do that.
Well, it's interesting because when you're getting ahead,
Right. Okay, so I always preface it with like that I myself do identify as gay. And not only do I identify as gay, but I'm also beating you, and now you defend it. Now,
so why don't you just say that you're getting beaten by the back over there? Like,
oh,
does that make them feel a lot worse?
Well,
Because now you're it's like you're contradicting both.
Well, what I'll say is that you're putting using the language that way, just to challenge you on that, is making us feel like we're the losers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like you're using your own identity to sort of like confirm feeling.
But
And
that's
then you're also testing people in the, well, that's different than like the second part of it, which I did not know was actually, I didn't know I was setting you up for that. But,
This is a setup.
but like, then you're putting, like, so we're all in a group, and you're yelling at this person out here. Then it kind of isolates us and makes us feel like,
Then I have to call you out.
yeah, no, I
Personally,
which we're doing right now.
if we were all in a group, though, see, I told you don't use this tactic. This is very bad. You shouldn't do it. Do as I say, not as I do. But, well, if we were in a group, see, I don't know if you guys are good at Overwatch. So I probably
Oh, so maybe we got a question. Do you have a question?
Oh, see, exactly. Don't. Just mute them. I don't want you guys to leave this panel with just bad advice. Okay, also, I really Sorry. No, I am, these are all the good people to listen to, I'm the bad ones.
So stop.
Do everything I do first.
So what I'll say is that you have to know. Again, it comes back to what your strengths are, and you have to know what the position is. If someone's not in a position to listen, it's not even worth going there, in my opinion, because the internet is a place everybody loves to talk. No one likes to listen. No one's obligated to listen to you whatsoever. The people that you're having a conversation with, that's a civil conversation, are all the same people you would chill with in your everyday life anyway, right? So when you're encountering trolls online or in real life, you don't feed them, right? So if someone's coming after you, and I'm losing my train of thought. If someone's coming after you in a real life situation, like as an example, I myself identify as non-binary. As I have a sibling over there with a baby ear sticker on their chest. So when I encounter that and I have to try explaining that to people in real life, I always I either get a positive reaction or I get a negative reaction. There's never any sort of middle ground there. Either folks are just like, oh, that's interesting. Can you explain more about what that means? Or they're like, it's male or female, what the fuck are you doing? So when I encounter that, I have to make the choice then and there. Is this person in a place where they're going to listen to what I have to say, or is this just going to be another thing? So the choice is either diffuse the situation or tackle the situation head on. So it might be a debate, it might be an argument, but if at the end of by the end of it, I can get that person to listen, great. If not, it might, in that particular situation, it might be better to walk away.
Right, based on the level of what it is. I find myself in situations, so I play Smite, as I said, and I play it every day. And thanks, Xbox Live has created these groups now where you can go into the group and say, I'm playing Smite and I'm looking for a group of people. So you find a good group of people, you want to play with those people over and over again. And this just happened over the last, I guess, 2 weeks for me. Found a good group, I've been playing with them every day, they're on my schedule, so I work, 9 to 5, and then I either have something to do or I don't, and I play late at night before I go to bed. So I'm really grouping with these people. There's no talk of politics, especially with all the stuff that's been going on, but we could easily get on it. And just 3 days ago, we did get on it. And I did suspect, I lived in Mississippi for a long time, so I know what the Southern accent sounds like, so I suspected that one of the better players on my team was from somewhere in the South. I also suspected that another younger player in my party he used like a lot of terminology that led me to believe that he was probably like 15 or 14 years old. So throughout the past 3 weeks, I've been hearing sort of problematic things that I don't like to hear from people. Of course, I'm 33 years old, and if I start talking about these things, then they're going to be like, why are you being so serious, blah, blah, blah. But you have to be very strategic in the way that you communicate to people on the internet if you hope to change hearts and minds. You can't go into the battle just like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. I have to endure a lot of things, like if the game is loading and you see the other team, they say, oh, this is cancer, or this team is AIDS. Like, I'm HIV positive. Like, what do I say? I say, oh, well, that's offensive to me. I just let them keep on talking. And then later on, when we're in a been telling, I said, you know, you guys are using like a lot of language that like, what if somebody in this party or if we invited someone in this group, like maybe if they were gay. Mind you, I've been flying the Filipino flag on my little loading thing. Usually it's the rainbow flag. So it's kind of like I'm covering up myself to see what these people are going to act like, and then in between games I just switch it to the rainbow flag. Then all of a sudden they see it on the loading frame and they're like, I think they're thinking, because it's like a minute and 30-second load time, so they have to look at the screen. And they have to realize that like all this fag and all this gay that they've been saying, all of a sudden I've been with them for 3 weeks and, oh, he's gay. Like, then we get into these conversations. Instead of being like, you know, very abrasive up front, it's, so I noticed that you have the rainbow flag. Like, are you gay? Yes. Oh, I didn't know that. Like, well, what did you expect? Well, you know, and then I hear a lot of things that I heard from other people, including myself, because I don't have a clean past. You know, there's a lot of self-loathing and hate back then. The same kind of things that you hear from people who don't have the experience with the queer community, basically. Things that I said, you know, oh, I don't like flamboyant, that's how all of them are, blah, 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 blah. These are things that I wrote all the way up until college, and my words are spread around my state in Mississippi. And I look back on them, but like, some people, they never have that moment of like, hey, maybe I'm a part of the queer community, or B, I shouldn't care and let these people live their lives. And they just go on thinking this and that. So I kind of use a more long damage over time strategy, where like I get in good with them, and then I'm like, by the way, I'm gay. And then it's like, oh, you know, let that fester. And then you let them realize that like it's not what they think it is. And mind you, it's the extreme opposite of you, Zach, where you want to fight. But like, I feel like I have more of
I have a question regarding, okay, so a few months ago, there was the situation in Portland where a young Islamic woman, I think it was 2 teens, and they were wearing hijab, and this troll, literally, was harassing them, and people tried to save them, and in the end, they were killed. How, for the trolls, who tried to help, right? They tried to apprehend the guy, he pulled out a knife and killed them. How would you guys, because I'm not the one to answer this, but how would you all, you know, how do you deal with people in the physical world? If someone's coming at you with this negative energy and attacking who you are, what do you do? You know, where do you go? Where do you run to?
So I think that this is where I think the conversation also is to culminate. And you started talking about this before. Identify where your safe spaces are. If you don't have those in your life, see where they are, try to find them, hunt them down, because having safe spaces is everything. We're privileged to live in New York City in a place where an organization like Gibbs put together something like Flame Common, where all kinds of people can come and celebrate our nerdy and geekdom and celebrate that together, right? And then what happens after this weekend is over? Some of that magic sort of dissipates. So how do you hold on to that? So we all have the luxury of being in a chorus together, where every person that you see on this table has been a soloist at some point in their life, really in the chorus. Yeah, comedic solos especially. So we're in an environment where we have a place where we can push our comfort zones with and for and so almost competing with each other sometimes, because we'll go for the same solos.
But still within the context of support.
Right, exactly. So part of it is if this is not a skill that you have to engage somebody face to face, find something that you enjoy doing that is outward facing, that requires you to interact with other people or present in front of other people. Like as an example, Jonathan, you're also part of the New York team of pilots.
Yeah,
right?
Well, we can go into that, but I thought you were going to talk about your story that night when you were over it, because he talked about physical violence.
Right. So I do have a.
Oh, right. So let's talk about physical violence.
So
One of the things that I
So one of the things that you do is you go up to the person who you target and you just start having the most banal, ordinary, mundane conversation. How are you? Where are you headed to? What's going on? And then this person who's yelling at them or trying to get them is suddenly not the center of this conversation, and you just ignore them. And I've done it before, and it works pretty much every time. Unless it's someone who's really there to hurt someone, they just get so frustrated because you're now not engaging with them. And that's something you can do that doesn't require you to like physically use your body necessarily, but it's a way that you can take a situation that's confused because you're not giving it this desire of this person to rise above.
So speaking to that, like in translating it over to like maybe party chat or whatever, how like do you feel like I think that's really useful, like to take the attention off of the thing that was just said because we're only auditory in this capacity. But like if the other half of me is saying like, oh, we just ignore the fact that this person just said this. Because for me it's like it's always hearing just small things.
Yeah.
Right? And then being like I'll say like, wow, that's not cool or something like. So what do you do then? Like,
This is what a situation that's later on.
okay, so when it's like
An
full on.
example of doing it online is I love doing it on like Facebook or Tumblr or places where there's a very high saturated audience. Just start replying to them in gifs. Don't say
Well, we know all about that.
don't, like, this is someone where you know there's no more change in their mind, and you just want to get them to go away without telling them to go away because that is giving them just nonsense. And they get so angry at the nonsense because you're not engaging them, you're not having a civil conversation. So you now choose to hold the dynamic conversation, and most of the time don't use it. You did it, that please stop putting my
I think you should always be posting Michael Fassbender gifts.
yeah.
That's a really good response.
Like, which one is that?
Situations of Islamophobia, and it's a comic. I think that's a really important one to look at because, especially here in New York, there's so many altercations that happen in some way, and that's good. So you really need to know, and also need to know how to escape and where to go. So if you are on the train, you can walk. Wait, you're all New Yorkers. Get on it in your car or get off at the station. There are places to go there, and there are options.
I'll also say, it's walking away is an option. It is a valid option. You shouldn't feel bad for walking away. I'm usually the person that walks away. That particular day, like when I told that story, everybody was just like, what?
And in the middle of the night, and in that neighborhood, that got shot, anything could happen.
Because Jojo and I, we live very close to each other in Bay Ridge, and so a lot of times when we're going to rehearsals or anything, we do ride the train a lot together. And there have been 3 times in which there have been people who have said offensive words, either us or our friends that we're traveling with, or other people on the train who are a part of our community and have said hurtful things. And my knee-jerk reaction is kind of violence. And then every time Jojo's like, don't do it, it's not worth it, let's just keep walking. And I felt like I learned a lot from Jojo, but now we're just punching people. And I know that was on the table.
Yeah, I know.
So I play Final Fantasy 14 as a Black Mage. On this board, I tend to girl. I have very high voice. There, all my friends are getting close to and like someone that's good. And it's always an adventure. What advice do you give to other people how to calm yourself down? Because I'm seeing like the video is always here. We're all at the same level, like 65. And it's like, why are you walking away? Why am I feeling that? And I tell them this, like, look, guys, shut up. And then what tips do you give to other people so I don't go for the girl?
Right. Well, number one, on Discord, for Final Fantasy 14, there is a huge group called Gayorzia. Get into it.
No, they're not.
Yes. So part of it is, if that happens, you have no responsibility to keep listening to anybody. Mute button works on Discord also. Okay. So in that particular situation, just keep doing your job. keep doing your job. I have a high-pitched voice too. I get misgendered all the time, all over the place. I hate it. I deal with it. Whatever. So if someone's going there, just tell them to do their job. Right? Number one. Number two, don't feed the trolls. If that's what they're going to do, just direct your attention to the other players on your team. If they're doing a terrible job, let them do a terrible job. If you're party wise, you're party wise. Is it a waste of your time? Sure. But at the end of the day, your self-care, your mental health, and how you feel about yourself has to come first. Right? So, as long as you're able to walk away from that situation okay with yourself, that's what really matters, right? So, again, understand it's the anonymity of the internet. That person never has to engage with you in real life. And you don't know what that, on the other side of it, you don't know what those people are going through on their side of the internet. Everybody's coming through it, coming at it different.
Right, but it sounds like the question here, so I don't know a lot about that. I only played like 14 after it was rebranded and all that, like the first one. But it sounds to me like you're trying to figure out how not to go off on them because they're kind of accusing you of not doing a particular function, that that's the healer.
Yeah, it's like we're in an hour dungeon,
Okay.
and the tank is almost dying, and you're almost getting more monsters for the tank, and I'm doing your job while I'm killing people, and exactly. And it's like, hey, could you not do that? And then as soon as I say that, in a respectful tone, it's like,
Oh, so you're telling the person's telling you not to do their own job, but they're not doing their own job.
yeah.
Okay, so this is where like, okay, you could not engage as judges, but
when they start attacking me, it's like, I go.
well, and that's how I will go off, but always bring the facts. There's this wonderful gift of Sister Patterson doing this right here to a thing. That's my receipts gift, and it's like I know what I'm doing, and if you are doing anything, sometimes you have to let people know. Thank you. That I'm doing this because you're not doing your thing, and this has nothing to do with like identity of any sort. Like sometimes it's to Zach's point, you do have to always be winning, and you always have to know the facts. So in Smite, there are damage reports at the end showing how much damage you did, how much damage you mitigated, how much healing you did, etc. And if I'm always playing mid or whatever, so I'm a mage and I do high damage, right? But if my team is not helping me, again, it's a team game. And the same dynamics as Final Fantasy. If the jungler is not ganking, or I'm getting ganked by the other team all the time, I'm going to go 0 kills and like 12 deaths because I'm squishy, right? And I might have assists later on. But then everybody sends me messages saying that I'm trash. And I'm like, okay, wait, let's go to the damage report. And let's see how much I actually did and how much we could have won and how many kills I could have gotten if you all were here helping me doing what you were supposed to be doing. It has nothing to do with anybody's identity, but the fact that you all chose to be the carrier support and didn't do your job. So you can get feisty with people that way as long as you're not calling them out of their names, I think.
Well, I'll say, if the tank dies, the tank dies. Let the tank die and let everybody else gang up on the healer who didn't do their job.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Like, that's what I was expecting kind of also. Yeah, it's really important that you stick to your fucking job. And if you're doing stuff outside of your job, like, you're going to get in trouble for it. So, like, if the healer is being an asshole and not healing, let them do that. Trust and believe they'll get dropped to your mind.
Okay, look, I'm a healer, and that's why I play, and I feel attacked by everyone here. It is the most difficult job. I deserve a medal every time I get in a group.
Okay, no. We have the 10-minute mark, and we still have like the most valid point to make for our panel, and it's the thing that we want to do. And so I'm going to lead it there because we only have a little time. And it was going to what you were saying about being on the swim team and things like that. We have to realize, at least for us, since we're all in the New York City gay men's boards, we are around gay men, and we know that there are other identities out there, but we're going to view it in this frame. In the gay community, what do you always see people do to build confidence? They can have the worst personality, they could not be able to hold a conversation, but what do all of us gay men do in order order to try to get attention. Go to the gym and throw shade. Oh, that's and so, there's this thing that you can work on. You can do bench pressing and all this. You get nice muscles, get abs, and then you get attention. You might not be able to hold conversation, but then all of a sudden you're viewed in a positive light. The point that we're trying to make here is that you can also build another muscle. It's something that, to be able to throw the shade back, to look at the damage reports. It's not something you can see, but it also goes with the narrative that, we always don't really take serious mental health issues. Especially in the Black community, I know that people just think that it's just something to do with the devil or something, but it's really something that people should pay attention to, talking about mental health. So how do you build your own mental health and your own strength and fortitude? It's becoming a part of a group outside of gaming. So for me, and you have to have something that gets you into it. So for me, it was swimming. And how was it? Because I watched Iwatobi Free, the anime, and I saw the abs and all the swimming. And I was like, I used to swim, so I'm going to do this more. And then I became an adult competitive swimmer, and I win medals and stuff. And it's like, wow, this anime did really great for me. For others, it's like that. For others, it's the volleyball anime. And then, like in New York, there's Gotham Volleyball League, where a whole bunch of people that I know have watched Haikyuu, and then they're like, I'm going to play volleyball, and now they're playing volleyball every week, and they're different levels. There are a whole bunch of resources that you can use to get that sense of family. For us, it's the New York City Game Men's course, and then the other things that we do on site. But we should talk about those things really quick with that message behind it before we wrap up.
I'll say it quick. Again, think about what your outward-facing talents are, the talents that you have that cause you to engage with other people. So if your talent is art and drawing and all those things, find other people who are good at that. Like Zach and Dennis are brilliant artists. What? Go check out Dennis's demo. Find those people who are going to challenge you and motivate you to get better, to refine your voice. Because when you do those things, you strengthen your own voice as a human being. So that way, you can find a way to challenge those people in your life and use the talents you have to engage the trolls.
But what if I feel like I have no talent?
It doesn't have to be like
No, I was going to say, you can volunteer at Geeks Out.
Right?
Even if you do that talent.
They're all organizations that will take you in. Social justice organizations, if you're really good at organizing, get with Geeks Out. Put those talents to work. It's not necessarily expressive talents, get on the stage and make magic happen. It might just be doing those things that are behind the scenes. A really great group of people that just strengthening you.
But even if that just sounds like a gay volleyball team, like being around people who are lifting you up will give you more confidence in a situation like you're talking about online, where someone starts just saying shit, you're not even there, so there's no threat of violence. You just have the confidence in yourself from doing other things with support to be like, I feel that way, I'm just not engaged.
That's the thing that we ultimately came up to when we were like, okay, we're going to do this now. There's a direct correlation between, this is not science, so I'm using scientific words, but not really. But the fact that, we're involved in these extracurricular groups, whether they be sports related or whether they be voluntary based or something, when you have a social life that allows you to be able to react to people a lot better, then you're able to react to people that you can't see a lot better. It doesn't work for everyone, but I really feel that this is the case. That's my theory anyway. That's why I put together the panel.
If you still feel that you need to it's a lot of effort to just go out and have exercise that social muscle, I would suggest finding an organization that culminates in some sort of event, so that at least when you're with a group of people, you're all working together towards something, whether it's a sports meet or whether it's a concert or anything like that. With my organization, it's Urban Orchestra, and there's also the lesbian and gay day out event, or we're gearing towards a concert. And at least there, you're sharing music with one of the persons. You start out small and eventually you branch out. And the more people, the more practice you get talking with your stand partner, the more you can sort of branch out from there. So you start small, work your way up, if you don't feel like you're at that point.
Right. Well, I think I would talk to you guys about smart space.
I think my final message was
I guess my last point would be if you guys saw the Procter & Gamble commercial that they made a few about within the Black community, parents giving their children a talk. And I'm sure you can guess what that talk is about. That out there in the world, as you said before, people call you names and you hurt. So, as gay people, and of course people in the community, our parents typically don't understand. Because our parents are 9 times out of 10 not members of the community. So we're going to continue until surprise, look who's coming to dinner. So we don't get that talk. But as RuPaul made a good point, we get to choose our family. So go out there and choose your family. And as you all said, there are numerous organizations in New York and the US area that have that. There's numerous organizations online. Anyone across the world and write /fiction with them and cyber and it's whatever. That's my advice.
I'll also say, if those organizations don't exist for you,
Make them.
Because people might be traveling here from like out of state.
right? If those organizations don't exist, that's where you can use the benefit of the internet and find those people, who share those things in common with you, and make those communities happen. Make a meetup group because you are not the only person like yourself. You know, there are tons of people out there who share the same interests, who have the same talents, who have the same dreams and aspirations and ambitions.
But you're all totally unique.
Right.
Do we want to close with saying what our handles are in case anyone would like
Yeah,
to
social media.
check
Find us on social media. Start with Zach.
We're probably not good. My full name is Zachary Ares. It's Achary. Last name is Arex. Like the Greek god. I guess I'm on social media. My name is Dennis Moran. You should come and check out my table. I got a bunch of cool drawings. My Twitter and Instagram is Capricorns. It's like half go and half fish.
I still have my Twitter account. I don't use it much, but it's just John and Chang, J-O-N-M Chang, out at Chang's New Ones video.
My social media handle is called Jolie. That's Jolie.
And I, on all social media platforms, are Malaysian FMA, so Black Asian FMA, like Full Metal Alchemist. That's not what it stands for. It stands for Fighting Alchemist for the Fraternity. But I think that's it. And if you want to follow up with any of us online or whatever, we're just out in the hallway because I guess we have to get out.
I will be at my table.
But thank you so much for coming.
I'm so glad that Squarespace joke landed, y'all, because I've been sitting on that.